spit hot fire.
I'm God, bitch!
Look up in the sky, is that a goon or green goblin? None of the above, it's a motherfucking dragon. Super Saiyan 2 to a cell, no problem. You put me in a cell, then you got
Bow down, nigga. I'm God, nigga.
The blame game, the blame game. We're gonna play the blame game. What's going on, world? This is your boy Troy. I'm your friendly neighborhood NGTOW, and I am 110,250 million times your friend. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about blame. We're talking about fault. Whose fault is it? You know, we live in a time where everybody seems to want to point the blame, right? If you're black, you point to the white man. If you're white, you point to, I guess, yourself, because you are misogynistic, you are patriarchal, you are fucking with you. I don't give a shit. You know, if you're a woman, man's fault. It's your fault. Are you a man? Yes. Do you have a penis? Yes. Then it's your fault. What's my fault? Everything. In some ways, that's correct, right? Because men are the builders and makers of society. That's clear, right? So, you know, if a lot of things fuck up, I mean, in a weird way, it is man's fault because we made it. Men are the smart ones. We're the ones who build the systems and, you know, put things together and things of that nature. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today, we're talking about relationships. And when women say it's a man's fault, you know, we're talking about when women get to a point where, you know, they're with a man and, you know, they break up, and, you know, when they look around and they say, well, there's nothing but assholes out there. You know, guys are just pigs. There's no good men out there. Where are all the good men at? Blah, 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 blah. I was gonna kick the wall, but I'm not gonna do that. So, why do I say that is, wait for it, bullshit? I say that it is bullshit because it absolutely is. And I'm gonna get into the reasoning as to why, right? I'm not gonna sit over here and bombard women and berate them and talk all this just trash about them. I'm going to use logic, just simple things that we all take for granted. All I'm gonna do is put them into the light and expose some of these things to you. Got me? All right. So let's start. Let's bully. Let's battle. Fight. My first point to bring up is when it comes to relationships, right? When we talk about men and women and coming together and all of these other things, right? We are talking about relationships, correct? So when we talk about relationships, when it comes to the two sexes, particularly when we're talking about romantic relationships, right? Or we can talk about relationships in general, but particularly romantic relationships. Who is better at relationships between the sexes, right? What does society say? Is it men? Not that I've heard of, right? In my experience, right, most people like to say, well, you know, man, you're not just good, you're not good at relationships, right? And I'm not here to defend that. I mean, sure, I have some points and I can bring on that, and there might come an article about that later. But generally speaking, everybody says women are just better at relationships. I mean, the emotions and the feels, and they really want to connect, right? I mean, women speak 10,000 words a day. Men only speak 1,000, unless you're Troy Mason and then you speak like 1,000,000 because you love to talk shit. No, but on the whole, everybody says women are better at relationships. You talk more, you feel more, you connect more. I mean, it's clear, it's plain as day, right? So women are better at relationships. Now, what else can we say, right? What's my second point? My second point is that men are simple. Now, this doesn't require a big, long explanation, right? It should be simple, because men, en masse, are simple. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it just for a little bit, 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 minutes or 12 or however long it takes me. But men, simple creatures. We don't talk much. Right? And what is it, what is it that they say all men want? And this is something that as a woman, you've been known this since you were preteen. I mean, this is shit that where everybody knows. It's in all the media. Your mom talked about it. Your grandma talked about it. Everybody talked about it. What's the one thing men desire the most? God, what is it? What is it that men desire the most? Oh, God, what could it be? What could it be? I don't know. I mean, sex, right? I mean, honestly, isn't it sex? Isn't that what men desire the most? Right? So not only are you better at relationships, but the thing that men want the most. I mean, how does the saying goes now? On the whole, someone can argue that this is bullshit. This saying that I'm about to give you is bullshit. But from every lie, there's a little bit of truth. From every truth, there's a little bit of lie. So let's talk about it. The saying goes, what is it? If you keep a man's belly empty, if you keep his belly full and his balls empty, you can keep him for life. How simple is that? That's what a man needs. Now, a woman, you got to be her counselor, her therapist, her psychologist, her mechanic, her handyman. You got to be her, fucking financial advisor. You got to be her, just servant. You got to be everything to a man. Simple. Food, sex. When we'll be good. We'll do pretty much anything else that you want us to do, but those two things we'll get covered, right? So men are simple, right? I could talk a little bit more about that, but let's move on, right? What's something else that we can bring up? Well, is that women have a ticking time clock right here in their bodies. They have a limited amount of time, right? Pretty much it's one of those things where I've said it 1,000 times, you're gonna hear it 1,000 times more, that women, they hit a wall. I don't know if you heard. I mean, I think I talked about that somewhere. Right? But so we all know that women hit walls, right? Men hit walls too, if you know what I'm talking about. Hey-o! You got it. If you don't worry about it. You're probably too young to know, and I don't know how you got here, but women have their time limit, right? So they know that they have to get this thing done. They have to, get this thing done, get their baby, right? Get their man, and they have a limited time span to do it, right? go a little bit deeper, I just got some notes that I'm trying to dig through. Another thing, it's a little section on the article, which is available now at bullshit.com, but is that men are fucking idiots, right? So now for women that say, oh my God, men are stupid. Men only want one thing. Men are just fucking retarded. Oh my God. Well, yeah, well, in a way, men are fucking idiots, right? And that means two things. Let's talk about the first one. Men are fucking idiots, right? Because when we get around women, on the whole, it's biologically programmed into us to become stupid, right? A reason why women think that men are stupid is because when they see men, when they directly interact with men, we shut down all our prefrontal cortex, all our smart shit. It flies out the window. I mean, how many times? And then look, for me, who is an intelligent human being, you know, there have been times, and particularly in my past, when I would have all the, you know, just be me. I have all the facts. I've been reading books and everything like that, but I get around a woman and it's just like, I don't know, right? Why can't you say anything? Why can't you talk, right? And we seem like idiots. But see, what women don't understand, right? I mean, they know this and they take advantage of this, but what they don't understand is that, right, the very screen that you're watching me on was made by a man. The electricity to run the device that you're watching me on, men, right? The company that sends the signal to your screen to watch this now is run by men, right? I mean, the world that we live in was built by men, and intelligent men at that, right? I mean, at the same time, when we talk about even then, just the power lines, I mean, women aren't scaling, you know, the power lines to you know, service society. That's not what women do. That's what men do. Men are doing that. So, but the thing is, when we get around women, our brain just like, it shuts down, and it does this for a number of reasons, right? Because on the whole, if men were to come with all of our menness, right, women really wouldn't understand, right? Let's say that I am a scientist, right, and I'm geeky, but I'm all into astrophysics and things of that nature. Do you think that I can communicate with the typical woman? No. Sure, no, but there's some smart women that like to, all right, well, most of them look like, and the ones that don't, well, I mean, good, you're one of the few, all right, good for you, right? And even then, of those, how many of them are really just chameleons that put on the good front, they put on the act or whatever, and then they get the man, blah, 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 blah. So there's very few percentage of them that are really smart. But on the whole, like I say, what do women mostly talk about? Trivia, gossip, right? Whatever, you know, pop star, whatever thing is going on, whatever the next TV show, whatever the fuck is coming on Netflix, right? Fucking cat videos, right? You know, fucking memes, right? Fucking Reddit, right? Fucking, you know, some Instagram post, you know, that's what they talk about. So if you're a man and you want that, right? Do you think, like, even then, like, there was a time when I was all into anthropology and ancient civilizations and things of that nature. Do you think that I can, you know, tell a woman about like an ancient, I'll say, unified pyramid theory? Right? There'd be no, there's just no connection there. right? So you see women on these dating sites like, oh, well, you know, be sure that you can carry a conversation. Like, well, most of us can. We just can't talk about the bullshit that you like to talk about. And even then, right? Because most women are so into themselves that it's hard to talk about them, because a lot of things in their life revolve around other people in their life, right? So it's weird. That's you know what, I got an idea. I'm gonna put that in the vault. I'm gonna do someday there's gonna come an article about that. That's a good idea. But no, on the whole, yeah, you're right. Men are fucking idiots. And like I say, it's designed that way, right? Because look, there's two ways that you can do things. You can either raise someone up or you can drop down. And what do you think's easier? Do you think it's easier to raise something or just drop something? It's easier to just drop something. So if I'm intelligent, right, I can either try to spend the time, the resources and energy to try and get this woman to understand all the things that I like and all this other stuff, or I can just cut that off and, just dive in it. Well, what do you think nature prefers? Dive in it, all right? That's the way that things work. So yeah, men, in a weird way, we are fucking idiots, but at the same time, you gotta understand that we are fucking idiots. One more time. Yeah, we're fucking idiots, right? But we are fucking idiots. I hope you got that. Like, I'm hoping you're starting to understand this now, right? Where in mass, right? Particularly these women that talk about, well, why are there no good men out there? How come, where's all the good men at? I don't understand. Most of them are not the most intelligent women, right? Let's keep it clutch here. Let's keep it 100% honest. Most of these women that complain about where all the good men are, these are the women that have probably been through at least 5 or 10 different dudes, right? Just ran through them, right? And I say, well, where's all the good men? I don't understand. Where's all the good men at? Right? So like I say, if 5 or 10 men, and more than that in this generation, have gone through them, then yeah, that means 5 or 10 men have fucked an idiot, and she's an idiot. And a lot of women are idiots, like idiots. Right? Now, of course, like I said, I just already told you that men are idiots, but we're gonna go a little bit deeper, right? Another thing I want to bring up is, men propose, women dispose, right? One more thing that I think I really want to talk about, right? And why it is that things are the way that they are. And I've covered this before, but I really want to hammer this in at least one more time, right? There is a time in a woman's life where the world pretty much caters to her, right? There's a time when she gets things just to be her, just for being her. Right, there is a time when just for showing up that women are human beings, men are human doings, right? And this goes into the next point where men propose, women dispose, right? Women choose, right? So as a woman, you have the pick of the litter. There's a time in your life when you can go up to pretty much any man and have pretty much any man that you want. And you know exactly what it is to get that man. You know exactly what to do to get that man. Right? So whoever you sleep with, you chose that. Any woman that comes along and she's like, oh, well, he was an asshole and he this and that and I don't understand and he, right. But you understand, you chose him. Look, like I say, if there was rape involved, that's a whole nother discussion. But if it was consensual, that means you chose him and you are the gatekeeper to sex. But we'll cover that. That's a different video for a different time. So let's recap. let's recap. Women are better at relationships. Women hold pretty much all the cards when it comes to dating, reproduction, things of that nature, right? They know exactly what men want and how to get a man, right? On the whole, I mean, we know the basis of what men want. Everybody knows that men are simple, okay? We also know that men are predisposed to be at a woman's level, regardless of any level that he's at. In fact, most men actually date down, right? I mean, when we look at, look at the movie stars and things of that nature. The male movie stars. A lot of times they bring women that nobody's ever seen of or heard of or whatever. They're just chicks. They might look good, right? But on the whole, he's the talented one. He's the star. Look, you see this in sports and all kinds of things where we see men that are just phenomenal. The athletes, they wake up at 4, 5, 6 every morning, go work out, train, and all this other good stuff, and they just bring women that are there just because they look good. So on the whole, men date down, right? So men are used to coming, regardless of where you're at, men are used to coming down to a certain level to be with a certain woman. So all of this, and women have the ability to choose, and at the end of the day, the best that these women can do is know good men. See, this doesn't make sense to me, right? So, what I'm trying to get across here is when it comes to relationships, which women are seeking, women have all the power, but now they're at a place where they're fucking shit up for themselves, right? Let me give you a male equivalent to what I'm talking about, right? Because some of you literally don't, like, some of you, it's still not clicking. You still don't understand exactly what I'm talking about, right? So let's look at this from a man's perspective, right? Let's say that you're a man, and let's say if you're a man but you hold all the cards, right? So let's say that you're a man and you show up to a party. There's a girl there that she is crazy about you. She wants you. Everybody knows. Everybody knows this, right? By the time you show up to the party, she is 6 drinks in. She is 6 shots in, and before she even started drinking, she's been telling everybody that as soon as you get there, y'all are fucking. She's been telling, and everybody knows this, right? So, you finally show up, have a few drinks or whatever. She even, not only does she buy you some drinks or get you some drinks, right? She even gives you a Viagra, leads you by your hand to a room, and you still couldn't get laid. Nobody in the, like, for whatever reason, like, let's say you fucked that up, right? There is, and obviously you're straight, right? You're a straight man, okay, right? Well, unless he's gay, unless he's, no. Well, at the same time, well, let's talk about that, right? There is nobody in their right mind that would look at that situation, that would look at that man and say, well, wow, I mean, look, man, there's just no good women out there, right? But let's say, obviously, this woman is also sexy, right? So you can't say, well, maybe she was a fucking, right? You still got the Viagra, and it's fucking, she's just a bomb banging girl, right? There is nobody in their right mind that would look at that situation and say, yeah, bro, like, there's just no, I don't know, it's her fault somehow. Everybody would look at that situation and be like, you are a dumb motherfucker. You must have, like, not even no game, you must have negative game, right? I mean, was something wrong with you? Did you not want to fuck that night? Was something wrong? Like, what is happening? Are you gay? Like, people would question the shit out of him because there's no way that makes sense. But at the same time, when women have all the power and all the cards, all the everything, and they get to choose any man that they want, and pretty much any man that they choose is predisposed to do what she wants him to do, and she still fucks that up, and we live in a world that says, oh man, well, there's no good men out there. Get the fuck all the way out of here. All right. There's probably more to say about that. In fact, this is probably part one. There's going to probably come another one after this. You know what? Actually, there will be. The next video after this is going to be more of a situational thing. We're going to be talking about single mothers. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with that. But look, there's an article based off of this video, or a video. This is the video based off the article, however you want to say it. But it's going to be live at bullsh.com. Link is going to be in the description below. I want you to go, click, read it, digest it, absorb it. You get the chance. Enlightenment manual. If you want to support the channel, it's the world's greatest self-discovery system. If there are great ways to help support, the channel. Anything you do would be appreciated. Like I say, we like to give as much value as possible. So, you know, with that, look, man, I'm your boy Troy. Hopefully I've helped you out a little bit today, man. Hopefully I brought a little bit more inspiration to the situation. So, like I said, with that, I'm your boy Troy. I am your friend, and I will see you on the other side. That's it. All right.
The dick was good. But it's the only problem, though. She said the dick was so good that as she started rocking, she just got into it, and all of a sudden, she said something just hit her. Bam! All upside his head. Just slapped him. Dick will make you slap somebody. So y'all need to remember that. That's what I'm trying to deal with. The fact.
More like constipated, cause you know I do not take shit. Maybe I may give shit. Give this misfit. Like a small condom on this dick. Words are like bullets and my bullets go ballistic. Beat hit hard, Ray Lewis, hold a hit stick.